Hey friends, out in the garden today I am planting potatoes. Today I'll be planting the red Northland seed potatoes from Territorial. I got 2 of these packages. Each of these packages is 2 pounds. I'm going to be putting them in this 5 by 10 size raised bed. We have found planting potatoes in raised beds is a lot more fruitful for us. As the potatoes grow up, we'll be putting stakes in all of the 4 corners and then netting it and then dropping more straw on top of it to keep it nice and dark and moist for the potatoes. We had a great yield 2 years ago. It was amazing. These potatoes, reading the directions, they need compost or manure. I'm going to be doing a mixture of mushroom compost and bone meal as well, aka phosphorus. So that is going to produce a really great yield for us. All of these potatoes have chitted really well. I'm going to carefully remove these from the package, cut them up, so that way I have multiple chits. Chits is the sprouts that come from the potatoes, and I'm going to take all of this straw back here that we laid out at the end of the season to keep it nice and dark, prevent any weed growth. I'm going to pull all this back, and then I'm going to start to lightly till the soil. I don't want to over till it. Mix in the bone meal and mix in the mushroom compost. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Mr. Blina. So now that I have all the fertilizer, the bone meal, and the compost mixed into the dirt, what I'm doing is I'm removing my chitted potatoes from their mesh bag. As you can see, they can kind of get caught. What's nice about these bags, you just stretch them a little bit. They have a tendency to just fall right out. So the last thing you want to do is really damage your chits. The less damage you can do to a plant, the better, so it doesn't go into complete and utter shock meltdown. This one's really holding on for dear life. Last one. Boop. So now when you want to prepare your potatoes, sorry if there's some traffic in the background, I am outside. You want to look at your chits. So sometimes chits can grow all over a potato. Like this guy, he's just all chitted out. And then you got some that only chit on the top, little guy there. I'm not going to bother cutting him. I'm going to leave him as is. So that's 1 potato. It's 2 potato. He's got... I'll go 3 potato. I'll cut this guy with my wonderful black iron knife, serrated side. Proceed with caution. What you don't want to do is actually cut into a chit. Again, less damage the better. Oh, I just missed that one. So that's give me 5 potatoes. This guy in half. This guy's got chits all over. Gotta be chitting me, man. You know, there's tons of chit jokes out there. That was funny. So I got 3 out of that 1 potato. This. I'm gonna leave that little guy. Wow. Kind of looks like a demented swan. Ah. Okay, I'll leave the little demented swan alone there. And then I got this guy. Oh, so remember, I got two 2-pound bags from Territorial of seed potatoes of the red Northlands. I already cut up one bag, and I got 16 already cut up, ready to go. So it's perfect, like 4x4. And then, so this 2-pound bag, let's see what we got. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So we got 17 chitted seeded potatoes ready to go in the garden. So what I'm gonna put these potatoes off to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and dig 16 holes on one side, 17 on the other. And then I will bring you back for the planting. So stay tuned. I'm sure you probably noticed that I dug all of those by hand. The soil is super loose, very well drained, so I don't need to bury them that deep. So the directions say for really dense soil, bury 4 to 6 inches. Mine is not very dense. Mine is very well drained. So I'm gonna go 2 to 4 inches. I have all my holes hand dug. I did a stagger effect. I really like to try to maximize as much space as possible, because the last thing I want to see in my garden is unutilized space that I could have potentially grown produce from my family. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the ground. Just remember, chits up. If you've ever seen the TV show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, they say the other word. This is a good way to remember it. Which way did the chits go? Chits up. All right. Let's bury some chit. Okay, so now that I have all the chits in the ground, I'll show you a picture of what that looks like. I'm gonna go over just with my hand and just lightly cover them, and all that straw that we removed is gonna go right back on. Now, as the potatoes grow through that straw, I'm gonna continue to bury them and just drop more straw on. Like I said before, we're gonna put in 4 posts in there, and then wrap this with bird netting, deer netting, anything that we can just throw out at the end of the season. I'm still trying to find like a more permanent solution to this, because like I said before, this is the preferred method of how we like to plant our potatoes. Sorry, there's a little bit of wind, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover these. We tried the roof stout method. It did great 1 year, and it's probably because the previous owners had chickens in that area, and there were, it's a hot manure, so I don't know if anyone knew, but chicken poop is known as a hot manure, and if used like right away, it could like burn out your plants. And that stuff had been sitting there for at least 2 years before we utilized it for a potato bed, for the roof stout method. Like I said, it was great. Following year, not so good. But that same year, we did a raised bed with potatoes and the roof stout. The raised bed alone, like one of these beds, and I did proper spacing, 12 inches apart, 2 to 4 inches deep, I got 11 pounds, and I thought, well, if I put in more potatoes, maybe I'll get more crops. And I did. So that's what I'm doing again, because that worked. Use what works. All right, let's bury this chit. I'm saying chit, not the other one.